Hello friends. So now we'll study our next lecture on integration of Kashmir with India. At the time of independence, the ruler of Kashmir was Maharaja Hari Singh of the Dogra dynasty. He was the great grandson of Maharaja Gulab Singh. And Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh was skeptical about whether to join India or Pakistan. So he actually has decided to remain neutral or to remain independent. And just before three days before, 15 अगस्त से 3 दिन पहले यानी कि 12 अगस्त को he has requested Indian and Pakistan government. He has actually signed the standstill agreement and sent it to India as well as Pakistan to accept the standstill agreement. Pakistan actually has accepted the standstill agreement of Kashmir with Pakistan, but Indian government has not accepted. Indian government requested Maharaja Hari Singh to come send its representative to Delhi to discuss on the terms and conditions of the standstill agreement, but the Pakistan has accepted the standstill agreement. Standstill agreement, as you already know, that actually maintains the status quo as it was existed of the princely state with the British. So the same status will be maintained by the Dominion also. So Pakistan actually has accepted it, but India has not accepted it. India has advised or requested Maharaja to send its representative, but Maharaja has not sent it any representative to discuss on the terms and conditions. So with India, no standstill agreement was signed. Kashmir actually, the people of Kashmir were democracy lovers, and they have wholeheartedly participated in the national movement of India. So the leader of the people there who were pro-democratist was Sheikh Abdullah, National Conference leader. He was the grandfather of Umar Abdullah and the father of Farooq Abdullah. He was pro-democracy, and he has actually agitated against the Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir to remove his rule and to get democracy in Jammu and Kashmir. Maharaja Hari Singh was, accused of conducting atrocities, oppressive tyrannies on, on the Muslim people of Jammu and Kashmir, because Jammu and Kashmir was predominantly a Muslim state with its Maharaja as Hindu. So he was accused. So there are many reports of his conducting atrocities against Muslims. So Sheikh Abdullah wants to remove his rule and to have the democracy in Jammu and Kashmir. So he was in favor of conducting plebiscite to ascertain the views of people of Kashmir. India also wanted to conduct plebiscite. So India has actually started discussion with Maharaja, but Maharaja has not yet made his mind to join Kashmir. Just before India conducted plebiscite in Kashmir, Pakistan Pashtun and tribal forces with the support of Pakistan army has actually conducted raid on, or you can say conducted attack on the Kashmir. Now Kashmir, the forces have actually, they started killing the common people of Kashmir with the army, with the forces of Maharaja, and they have actually occupied many parts of West Kashmir, which is the Gilgit area. They have occupied. Now, considering their march towards Srinagar, they can come in Srinagar in 1 or 2 days. Maharaja has requested the Indian forces or the leaders of India to help him out in expelling the forces of the tribal forces of Pakistan, who have come from Pakistan. Lord Mountbatten advised Indian leaders Vallabhbhai Patel not to interfere in Kashmir affairs because Kashmir was still not a part of India. then VP Menon has actually approached, VP Menon, the Secretary of the State Department, approached Maharaja to sign the instrument of accession before the India will help him out. So he has to sign the instrument of accession. He cannot help him before that. Maharaja has no other option other than to sign the instrument of accession on 26 October morning. 26 October, he was in his Jammu palace. He has actually fled the Srinagar palace because he feared being killed by the rebel forces in Srinagar. So he signed the instrument of accession on 26 October 1947, and on 27th October morning, Indian forces, they arrived at the Srinagar airport, and they started, expelling the having fight with the rebel forces and expelling them from the country. Now, because the winter is going to be arrived, and instrument accession is being signed by the Indian government, so Pakistan now directly has interfered in the Kashmir affairs and directly started attacking the Indian forces, or sending the missiles and all those shelling करनी start कर दी in the Indian territory of Kashmir. Now, because the Kashmir forces, the winter has arrived and directly conflict has ensued between India and Pakistan, so it is very difficult for the Indian forces to expel the forces of Pakistan from illegally occupied Kashmir. So वहाँ पे लड़ाई स्टार्ट हो गई, डायरेक्टली कन्फ्रंटेशन स्टार्टेड बिटवीन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान. तो seeing that the conflict has no end, मतलब ये जवाहरलाल नेहरू hurriedly took the matter to the UN to impose a ceasefire on the Pakistan, because India and Pakistan लड़ाई करनी स्टार्ट हो गई थी directly and there was no end to this conflict. और winter आ गई थी, it is very difficult for India to sustain this fight. अब क्या हुआ, UN में ले गए और UN has established a United Nations Commission for India and Pakistan to deal with such matters, and the resolution has been passed in which 4 conditions are imposed. That पाकिस्तान को aggressor state मान लिया गया, and पाकिस्तान को बोला गया to remove the forces to legal occupy जो किया है, to remove their forces from there, उसको खाली कर दिया जाए. इंडिया को बोला गया आप अपनी forces कश्मीर से हटाएं और एक minimum force रखें to maintain the law and order, and India to conduct a plebiscite as soon as possible. अब पाकिस्तान ने बोला कि will abide by this decision, but पाकिस्तान ने abide नहीं किया. पाकिस्तान ने बोला कि unless until India remove its forces from the Kashmir, will not remove our forces. ये बोला मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना ने 1948 में. इंडिया ने बोला कि हम इसको तभी अवॉइड करेंगे इस रेजोल्यूशन को जब तक पाकिस्तान अपनी फोर्सेज वहाँ से नहीं हटाता, इलीगल ऑक्यूपेशन जो किया है वो हट जाए वहाँ से, देन विल रिमूव आवर फोर्सेज फ्रॉम द कश्मीर. पाकिस्तान ने बोला इंडिया पहले हटे, इंडिया ने बोला पाकिस्तान पहले हटे, और ना तो पाकिस्तान हटा ना इंडिया हटा, और ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अभी तक अनरिजोल्व है बिकॉज जो कंडीशन इम्पोज की गई थी एक्चुअली नॉन बाइंडिंग एग्रीमेंट था, रेजोल्यूशन था, बट स्टिल कोई भी रेजोल्यूशन नहीं हो पाया क्योंकि पाकिस्तान और इंडिया अपने अपने रुख पे अड़ गए. और प्लेबिसाइड भी इसलिए कंडक्ट नहीं हो पाया. इंडिया ने बोला प्लेबिसाइड तभी हो पाएगा जब पाकिस्तान इलीगली ऑक्यूपाई जो कश्मीर है हम तभी करा सकते हैं जब उसको छोड़ दें. पाकिस्तान ने मना कर दिया. पाकिस्तान ने बोला पहले इंडिया अपनी फोर्सेज हटा दे कश्मीर से, देन विल सी टू इट टू रिमूव आवर फोर्सेज. दोनों अपने रुख पड़ गए और कोई भी डिसीजन अभी तक नहीं हो पाया. तो 1948 में जनवरी में लेके गए थे मैटर को. 26 अक्टूबर 1947 कश्मीर इंडिपेंडेंस डे. और शेख अब्दुल्ला का मैं बता देता हूँ. शेख अब्दुल्ला प्रो डेमोक्रेसिस्ट थे, बट इंडिया का जो एक्सेशन था, मतलब कश्मीर एक्सेशन इन इंडिया, उसको उन्होंने सपोर्ट नहीं किया. वो चाहते थे रेफरेंडम हो और उसके माध्यम से डिसीजन हो. जो रेफरेंडम इंडिया ने कभी नहीं कराया, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो इंडिया के खिलाफ हो गए और प्राइम मिनिस्टर हो गए थे जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के, बट क्योंकि इंडिया के खिलाफ हो गए तो उनको जेल में इंडिया ने डाल दिया, इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने हटा के पद से हटा के. सो दिस इज द हिस्ट्री ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. तो मेनली इसमें याद करने की जरूरत यही है कि 26 अक्टूबर को इंडिपेंडेंस डिक्लेयर हो गया, क्योंकि इंडिया में एक्सेशन जम्मू कश्मीर का हो गया महाराजा हरि सिंह द्वारा। और आफ्टर द इंडिपेंडेंस और आफ्टर द द एक्सेशन